This is a high damage burning Colossus team showcase. First we'll show the Elemon and skills, then we'll show the gears and specs used. For the run itself, we'll show turn 1 through 5, we'll jump to when we reach 10 million damage, we'll jump to turn 100, and then a final jump to the last turns with a brief summary, timestamps in the description below. First to move in the team, Water War Nurse. She's here for her passive. She gives the damage dealer and herself a 100% critical damage increase. When that damage dealer lands a critical hit, both of their action bars increase by 15%. She also gets a 25% damage bonus, stacking up to 10 times, which resets when she does a hit. We don't use accuracy on her, so both of her hits just will deal damage. Water Twin Blade, the passive copies the speed of the fastest ally and also will team up with that ally. Skill 2 isn't used, Skill 1 is used as it does damage based off of your speed. Third to move on the team, Water Music Queen. Leader skill gives all allies 33% more defense. Skill 3 increases the action bar of all allies by 30% and grants 3 turn attack up and shield. Skill 2 hits the enemy 3 times with an 80% chance to deal 2 turn defense down, incurable, and blind. Skill 1 hits the enemy with an 80% chance to deal 2 turn attack down. Fourth to move, Fire Cult Dancer. Skill 3 hits the enemy 4 times with a 50% chance to deal 2 turn defense down and grants all allies 2 turn speed up. Skill 2 extends the duration of buffs and shortens the duration of debuffs by 1 turn for all allies and recovers 20% HP. And Skill 1 just does damage. Last to move, Light Engineer Robot. The passive increases the action bar of all allies by 15% at the end of your turn. When you attack an enemy, you deal 2 turn defense down. When you heal an ally, you grant 2 turn defense up. Skill 2 heals all allies by 24% and decreases cooldowns by 1 turn. Skill 1 is just a hit. For all the Elemon on the team, we focus on HP, defense, and speed. For Water War Nurse specifically, we went with attack and crit damage. For the crit rate, you only need 79%. That's because you have element advantage over the boss, which gives you an extra 15%, and also a spec that we have added gives her an extra 6%, which we'll show in a moment. For the gear set, we went with Swift just to make it easier for her to be the first to move on the team. The spec we were referring to earlier was Challenger, which gives you 6% more crit rate when you're attacking bosses, which applies for the guild boss, and the rest of the specs were just to increase her damage. For the Water Twin Blade, because of that passive, we don't have to focus on the speed, which lets us get more attack and crit damage. Same thing with the crit rate, only 79% was needed. The gear set is just whichever gives you the stats that you need. For the specs, we just picked everything that gives us more damage. For the Water Music Queen, because of the boss's passive, which gives him 1% resistance every turn, you want to focus on accuracy. The gear set is Triple Revenge, which gives her 45% chance to counterattack with the skill 1, which is the attack down. For the specs, we try to increase the activation rate. So Destroyer will give a 3% activation rate increase for attack down and defense down, and Simplicity is a 5% activation rate for her normal attack. Fire Cult Dancer, we focused on accuracy. Ideally, we would have used Triple Inspire gear set. For the specs, we focused on the ones that increase healing, and we got Encourage, which boosts the effect of speed up by 10% that she applies. Light Engineer Robot, we focused on accuracy. Ideally, this would have also had Triple Inspire. For the specs, we focused on Initiator, going all the way down to Tailwind, which will increase action bar increasing effects by 15%. This may get switched over to support and selecting the healing skills, working our way down to commanding, which will boost defense up effect by 10%. coming to the end of the run here. This one does end at turn 153 with the boss dying, taking a total of an hour and 8 minutes to complete. The main issue we had with the team was consistency. If we ever miss the attack down in these later turns, either the skill 2 or skill 3 will kill an Elemon and we'll end up losing. For the future, we're going to be testing some different specs on the light engineer robot and water warners, and potentially switching out some Elemon for the water warners and see if we can get the consistency better.